Peace, YouTube family. It's your boy Zay coming back at you with another one. You did. You know how we do. We get right into it. So I just ended that video and I got right back to this one because I didn't want to lose train of thought of what I was talking about. And these two are closely tied together. And the topic of this video is sometimes you need to be uncomfortable. Sometimes you need to be uncomfortable. And I want to talk about how this ties into the last video before I go into my other points. The tree, marijuana, it makes you real comfortable with your current state of reality. And at times that can be a good thing depending on where you at in your reality. But many times the people who overuse it, are not in the state or the space of where they need to, where they need to be in life, or where they even trying to be in life. So if you're so adamant and focused on being comfortable all the time, and you know that nothing grows in the comfort zone. Anybody who studies elevation, who studies people who reach the new heights and reach that next level, every time they reach that next level, they were in an uncomfortable state. And the state marijuana puts you in, it makes you feel like it makes you feel like you're doing more than you actually doing. Like I said, even if you're doing your thing, it makes you feel like you're doing more than you actually doing because it creates a false reality within your head, especially if you're not self-aware to realize, okay, this is just me. This is just me high right now. I still got a lot of work to do. A lot of people are not able to discern between those two realities, the one that's created in their head when they're off the marijuana and their real reality. A lot of people allow those realities to merge. You feel me? So the reality started to become meshed. So then when they return back to their real reality, they either don't like their real reality or they become delusional and think that their real reality is what they was creating in their head when they was off the gas. You feel me? So knowing that this substance can put you in an uncomfortable state, which is why it means it's important to have it in moderation. You feel me? Because I'm at the point, I ain't gonna lie, even when I'm like I said in the last video, I'm about a month and a half out off of it. But even when I was on it, I was still very conscious of not overindulging in it and not allowing me to think that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not allowing myself to get disconnected from my actual reality, knowing that these two realities that I'm dealing with are separate. You feel me? Because I understood marijuana has that effect on the euphoric effect on you to where you feel like everything is good. You know, and I would have that feeling sometimes, and I had to snap myself out of like, nah, bro, this is just the marijuana reality that's has been created. You feel me? And a lot of people don't develop that self-awareness to be able to say like, nah, these are two different things, right? So it's just about being understanding that and like just be real, bro. Like sometimes you need to have that feeling of uncomfortableness, anxious. You need to have that feeling of that monkey on your back. You need that feeling, bro. I'm telling you, that's the only way you get over them humps. You keep, indulging in the gas and it make you get back comfortable and you just feel like, man, I'm good. I'm right where I want to be. But once you come back down, you back uncomfortable. So because you don't like that uncomfortable state, you get right back high. So you get back into that feeling, man, I'm good. I can take a stock. And another thing I was talking about with my mom, it make you think, and I don't want y'all thinking my mom's ever tried it, but I was talking to her about what, me indulging in it. And she was saying that it make you think that you got more time than you actually do. Because anybody who know when you off the tree, time just start flying by. Because you get so lax and you get so disconnected and detached from your physical reality and you just all over, you just, comfortable in your own world, which is why you start to think you got more time than you do. But that's why I've seen so many people who get on that gas and they just slowly start throwing their lives away, bro. Slowly start throwing their lives away because they're falling into another reality and they're abandoning their actual reality by being in their head all the time, by wanting to be in that comfortable state all the time. Growth requires uncomfortable times. It's nowhere around it. It's nowhere around it, bro. If you're trying to grow and elevate and to step into new lanes, you have to be uncomfortable, right? Like, and this is a known fact that growth doesn't come in the comfort zone, because when you're comfortable, you don't feel like you have to make risks. You don't feel like you have to take chances. You don't feel like you have to go on a limb and do something because you feel comfortable that, nah, I'm good. I don't need to. But when you're uncomfortable, shit, something got to shake. And that's something I done felt within myself over this past a month and a half. And I say this again, even when I was on the tree somewhat consistently, I still had a little bit of that uncomfortableness in me, but I was forcing it because I knew the tree was putting me in a comfortable state. So I was forcing myself to get back in that uncomfortable state. But now that I'm, not really messing with it right now, I'm naturally residing in that uncomfortable state of I gotta figure this out. I gotta make something say. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I'm constantly analyzing. But I'm not forcing anything. But I'm understanding the importance of being in that uncomfortable state. It's important to be uncomfortable. That's when you get things done. That's when you find out who you is. That's when you shake shit up. That's when you break through walls. When you're uncomfortable, like, nah, I can't go for this. It's not happening. Nah, I was watching the 85 South show, and Clayton English was talking about it when he was in the car with Carlos Miller, and they was sharing a they was sharing a 6-piece nugget, and they had one sauce packet. And they tried to dip the sauce. They tried to dip the nugget in the sauce at the same time, and they had touched knuckles. And he was like, "Man, fuck that, bro. Like, nah, we gotta figure this out." Like, even like it's funny, but it's true though at the same time, cause like those moments that have you at a point where it's, nah, bro, hell nah, something gotta change. I can't keep doing this, bro. I can't keep doing this, nah. Even for example, when I was at the Western. Excuse me, I'm not bleeping that out, but I'm not gonna mention that name again. They'll fuck around try to defamation of character. But anyways, when I had worked up there, and I ain't finna even speak ill on the company now. I'm just gonna speak on keep it related to this topic. It's a lot I can say, but when I was working, I was making good money a week. I was working long hours, but I was making some good bread. I'm talking about I was putting in some good bread weekly. But because I was making so much money weekly, I started feeling comfortable financially. But I didn't like where I was at when it came to my business. My business started taking a backseat. Everything I worked on, everything like in my entrepreneurial side was taking a backseat because I was putting so much energy and time and effort into the job. So I decided to leave. And to the average person, they would think I would be crazy. But you're making a bunch of money a week. Yeah, you're working long hours, but you're making a good amount of money, all that. I was getting, I think, a day or two off. So I was only working 5 days a week, but working well over 40 hours for sure. But like I said, I left the job and I didn't have nothing lined up. But it was something within me telling me, because the interesting thing about that situation was I was comfortable, but I was uncomfortable at the same time. I was comfortable financially because I was getting money rolling in, but I was uncomfortable because I knew I wasn't progressing on the things I wanted to progress on. So, which is why I left. Then when I left, that's when I started working on this office. And even then, it put me in an uncomfortable state because I didn't have anything set up. I didn't have no money flowing in outside of that job. I was only working that was my main source. You know, when you're an entrepreneur, you got good times, you got fast times, you got slow times. That's just what it is. So I was in a state of being uncomfortable. But I found myself, me taking that chance of, and whatever happened on the other side, I'm going to be all right because I'm following my inner self. I'm listening to my intuition. You know what I'm saying? So I did that, and I'm still making it happen somehow. So you feel me? So it's just about going, and even now, like, I'm still in an uncomfortable state because I don't have daily. My definition of comfortable financially is daily income, whether you gotta work for it or not. Like, you know, money that just come in where it's just automatic. That's my definition of financially comfortable. So if I ain't at that point, I'm always gonna feel uncomfortable, even if I ain't at my last dollar. I can have a couple bands in the account. If I ain't getting something in daily, and to where I'm not trading my time for money all the time, then I'm gonna be in an uncomfortable state. You know what I'm saying? And I have so many things to work on. I have to be in an uncomfortable state because even if I just get success here, I still got a bunch of other things that I need to keep on my mind. Not even necessarily say I got to physically do things for it right now, but just to keep it on your mind is powerful enough to because that's speaking to the universe. That's something you still adamant about. For example, you know, our podcast or our show, whatever, however you want to call it, been getting, you know, pretty good attention and pretty good feedback. But the heights we trying to grow it to, we'll look at it like, okay, yeah, we got a couple viral videos, a couple thousand followers, but it's nowhere near where we're trying to get to. Don't get me wrong, gratitude and appreciation to where we at. But at the same time, we understand the dangers of being comfortable, of becoming comfortable and becoming complacent of a certain position or a certain place to where you at. It keep you there. You become comfortable at a certain level. You start kicking your feet up. You start inching into the couch at a certain level. 5 years pass by, you still at that same level. You're like, oh, I wasn't supposed to stay here that long. I was just supposed to be a road stop. And that's how I treat everything. Every time I advance, elevate, excel to a new height, gratitude and appreciation always come first for reaching to that next height, that new level. But at the same time, I'm not spending too much time in that, space of just basking in the moment. Real soon, I got to get back to, all right, I'm back uncomfortable. Appreciating and get comfortable with being at that new level. Then once you get comfortable with being at that new level, go right back to being uncomfortable. Because if you stay in that comfortable space, that means you want to stay there. That means you good with where you at. And I never had that feeling. No matter what height I reach, I never had that feeling. Because I'm not in competition with anybody. My competition is to reach my highest self. Whatever that looks like. And there's no way I can reach that by being comfortable all the time. A man doesn't truly find himself until he steps into that uncomfortable zone. And once a man resides in his uncomfortableness, that's when that dog really come out. That's when you really find out who you are. Because a lot of people, they'll step into the uncomfortableness and they'll step right back out. They'll be in it for a little bit, but once you fully immerse yourself in being uncomfortable, when you eat, sleep, and poop and being uncomfortable, your whole day exists of being in that uncomfortable space. Not to where you antsy all day, you can't be around people, but you're not complacent with where you at. You're not just lackadaisy and super comfortable all day with where you at. You automatically start to gain speed in different ways and gain growth in different ways automatically, because the frequency you putting out is attracting you to a higher level. You know what I'm saying? If you was putting out a complacent or putting out a comfortable frequency, you would just continue to vibrate on the same plane. But when you put out that frequency of gratitude, but I'm not comfortable with being here. I'm gonna put myself in being uncomfortable. I'm gonna take cold showers. I'm gonna go to the gym early. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do the hard things. I'm gonna eat right. I'm gonna eat disciplined. I'm gonna be sexually disciplined. I'm not gonna go out. I'm gonna save my money. Feel me? I'm not gonna watch mindless entertainment. I'm not gonna be scrolling all day. Anytime I do watch TV or YouTube, it's more times than not things I can learn from. Things like that. A comfortable person is gonna watch cartoons all day, or watch just sports stuff all day. Now, if you're an athlete, that's different. But if you ain't an athlete, you just watching sports all day. That has nothing to do with where you're trying to go. Feel me? And people find different things to find comfort in. So comfort looks different for every person. Because people find different things to find comfort in to take their mind off of the things they should be working on. My comfort zone probably looks different from yours. Your comfort zone probably looks different from your friends. Right? So with us knowing that, with us knowing what our comfort zone look like, when we see it on the horizon trying to sneak back into our lives, put that gate down, it's like, nah, I'm staying over here and being uncomfortable. I'll come over there when I feel like it's a time for me to be in my comfort zone, to be comfortable. Because don't get me wrong, it's times where you should be able to, bask in your comfort zone and be comfortable at times. But if you like me and you in your early 20s, I'm 24. If you in your early 20s, you got a lot of things you're trying to work on. You're trying to elevate. You don't even really. You know how I know you don't even really want to be in your comfort zone all the time, cause you feel like, man, I know I could be doing something, bro. And don't get me wrong, I understand the importance of having rest days and having chill days, but at the same time, it's a difference between knowing that and knowing, nah, it's something I can work on today. It's something I can work on today. I ain't even do much today. I can go do that. You know what I'm saying? So just knowing that and being real with yourself is really majority of the battle. Straying away from that comfort zone all the time, because it's so easy to fall in that comfort zone. It feels so good to be in that comfort zone. In the moment it feels good in that comfort zone. Reverting back to when we was talking about the tree. It feels good to, be high in that moment. But once you come back down, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Then when you're in that comfort zone, it feels good to be in that comfort zone for that moment. But then you start to realize, I'm not going nowhere. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm eating all day, and I'm fulfilling my taste buds, and I'm eating all this tasty food, not good food, but tasty food according to your taste buds. But I'm not elevating, I'm not growing. I'm not even coming close to the things I said I want to be doing. So it comes down to, what do you deem more important? Being comfortable all the time or being uncomfortable and growing? That's a question you got to ask yourself. Look in the mirror. You got to ask yourself that. Peace.